My name is Nelly Amu. I've had the privilege of being this year's FCA sponsor, and I have to admit, I was not in FCA growing up. I'm not in sports, I'm not a coach, and so I have had absolutely no idea of what to do. But FCA has an area representative. Roel Soto, please stand up. And his help, FCA has a lot of resources for us. And so we knew that, thank you, sir. Thank you. And so with the FCA support, we've been able to get this FCA program at the middle school started. And so we're just expecting huge things next year. Let me stick to this. When I became a mom for the very first time in 1999, somebody came to me and told me it takes a village to raise a child. And I nodded out of respect, and I smiled, and I was like, yeah, right, a whole village for one kid, I'm good. I could take care of one kid. A few hours later, I realized what they meant. I need mom, I need grandma. You know, kids don't listen to parents most of the time. They need the coaches, they need the teachers, they need the principal, they need the church. And so I quickly realized it does take a community to raise a child properly because they need us. They need you. And so right now I want to know if you, our FCA group, we met every Friday. And so because we're getting started, I wanted to see how it goes and what am I doing. And next year we want to try huddle meetings where we will go to the football game, go to the basketball game, and have a huddle meeting before the game. But right now, if you were a student who attended the meetings, would you stand up, please? If you attended the meetings. Okay, stay standing up, stay standing up. So, remember, it takes a community to raise a child. So we have a few students, and weekly, we met about 20, 30 students showed up to the classroom. Someone told me they're showing up for the donuts. I was like, they could come for the donuts, stay for the word. And so, about a month ago or so, we asked these students, plus the rest, to nominate a teacher or a coach that has made a positive impact in their lives. People make an impact on our lives. It's not always a positive one. And so that's why it's important when we raise our children, is it in a Christian, moral, integrity, people who are raising our kids, or are they steering them the wrong way? So these kids nominated someone. If you are nominated by a student, please stand up. So if you are here as a guest, teachers, coaches, or the principals, stand up, please. If you are the spouse, or a friend, or the daughter or son, stay standing up. If you're here, stay standing up. If you have been nominated, students, if you were nominated, stand up. That means now the coaches had an opportunity to nominate students. So if you were a student, even though you didn't show up to the meetings, but you were nominated, stand up, please. If you are a guest, and if you are that person's parents, stand up. If you're here because that's your sister or your brother, stand up. Wanda? Let's see. So, if you're the sister or the brother or the tia or the neighbor and you're here just to support them, stand up. Because where it started with a few kids who nominated someone, the community starts raising, it starts growing. So it's not that what kids say, you need all of them, because it's not what the teacher said, it's not the principal, it's not the coach, it's everyone together. Thank you guys. A big hand up. I would like to thank the Rio Hondo Baptist Church for allowing FCA to sponsor this event here and helping us. They're in the back helping with the kitchen and cooking and preparing stuff for us. I would like to introduce Paul Sosa Amu. He is Rio Hondo Middle School's first FCA president. is the co-captain, captain and co-captain. But you know what? There's some people are born to speak, and some people are just born to work. So we have the speaker and the worker. So here's Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
FCA is the largest Christian sports organization in America. There are over 14,000 certified huddles throughout 84 countries. Isn't it amazing that Rio Hondo is part of something so big?
Amen.
This year we had about 30 students who attended the FCA meetings on Friday mornings in room 205. We learned what it means to be Christ-like, regardless if we are at home, in the classroom, or on the field. We read verses about selecting friends, knowing that when we freak out, God will comfort us or send someone. We learned that our talents come from Him, and that we should honor Him in all we say and do. We also learned that God wants our best, and so when our parents, coaches, teachers, and even the principal gets after us, they're trying to train us up the right way. Most importantly, we learned that Jesus Christ gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. I'm not saying we are perfect. We are middle school students, by the way. We have a lot to learn and figure out, but with the support of our community and FCA huddle meetings, we may learn how to encourage each other to use our talents to the best of our ability and live with integrity, doing the right thing regardless of their circumstance or consequences. In closing, I want to read this Bible verse in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. It reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it." Thank you, Rio Hondo Middle School staff. We are excited to see what God has planned for us next school year. Thank you.
Amen.
Okay. Well, there's a few girls that asked me if they could start an FCA choir. And I looked at them because I can't sing and I can't lead them. And I was like, can you all sing? Because I can't help you. And they're like, "Miss." Oh, and then I asked them, "Why do you want to do this?" Why? I can't help. I want to. And they said, "Well, first of all, we need him the most. We're hurting. And we need him. And second of all, if we mess up, it's okay. We're singing for him anyway." And so for the very first time on stage, and so we are going to have our FCA choir coming up, and they've practiced, but it's a different thing when they're here, but they're here for the Lord. And so girls, come up please. We have Jocelyn, Miranda, Evelyn, and Miss Shawana.
Give me a moment, I gotta get back here.
good. Amen.
To be able to sing on stage when they're 10, right? That's amazing in itself. Let's see. At this time, I would like for Roel and Miss Valerie, to come up, please. Roel is our area representative. Miss Valerie volunteered her time to work with this crazy person that comes up with ideas like at midnight and then I messenger. So thank you, Miss Valerie. We are going to start our awards ceremony. And before I do that, there's a Bible verse in Proverbs 27:2, and it says, "Let someone else praise you, and not your own mouth, an outsider, and not your own lips." So that means our students and our coaches and our principal, they work so much, and it's, when you do something good and you applaud yourself, that's not good. And so God says, let someone else praise you. And so we're here today to praise you. And so these are the students and coaches and staff that were nominated, that these students saw something special about them. And unfortunately, we asked the coaches to pick one from each area. And so there's some students that say, well, I'm a good kid. Why didn't they pick me? And so you might want to go talk to your coach about that. What's going on? Where's my spark? And so it's hard for coaches to nominate one person, but we are going to start with our staff, and then we will work our way down to our hardworking students. So first of all, we have, and this is in no order, it was going to be ordered, but I just realized I didn't this morning. But we're going to begin with the principal at the middle school, Mr. Ramiro Moreno. I'm not sure if he's here or not. And some of these coaches or students are unable to be here. It is Sunday and they have other arrangements or commitments. And so our principal, same thing, I will let him know we are going to have a guest speaker today. And he's like, okay, Miss Amuan, I'm going to do this. Okay, Miss Amuan. He's very supportive. And that makes things like this a lot easier. And the same thing with the assistant principal, Mr. Blue Trevino. He wasn't able to come here today either. But with our administrators, as wonderful as they are, and just as Paul read earlier, sometimes they get after us, they get after students, but they get after teachers too. And they want us to shine, and we have to respect that. And then I want to thank Pastor Danny Anderson and the Real Hondo Baptist Church. They have provided, they sponsored, there were like silent sponsors throughout the school year. And so I want to thank you, Brother Danny and the Real Hondo Baptist Church. Thank you. It does take a community, including our church here, that also is willing to work with crazy teachers like this. And then Ms. Valerie Douglas. And remember, this is not an order. Ms. Valerie Douglas, thank you, because, it's a lot. She's like, okay, what's the plan? Hey, you know what? I'm just a middleman. This is all God. Amen. When He tells me, I'll tell you. And so, she was willing to work with someone like me. So thank you, Ms. Douglas. And she also made it to the FCA meetings. She helped us. And so we have Mr. Boris Lipson. Mr. Boris Lipson is the staff teacher of the middle school. And Mr. Lipson was nominated by Malik Ramos and Ms. Karime Garcia. And on the certificate it says, thank you, sir. It states, it says that they have earned the certificate for demonstrating the type of character and integrity that inspires others during the 2018-2019 school year. And then there's a Bible verse that says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. And we had a 5th grade teacher, Ms. Renee Longoria, that's not able to be here today. And she was nominated by Ms. Jasmine Ramon. Then we have Ms. Edna Sandoval, and I saw her this morning. Ms. Edna Sandoval was nominated by our student, by Ms. Angela Barrera. Our coach, Victor Salceda, he is not here as well, but he was nominated by our student, Thomas Cruz. Ms. Elida Cernas, also a 5th grade teacher, she was nominated by Ms. Miranda Escobar and Ariana Reyes. She's not able to be here, and I understand it's Sunday. Ms. Laura, hold on. Coach Johnny Rodriguez Jr., he was nominated by Julian Barrera. He is unable to be here. He had reserved, and his wife is not feeling too well this morning. Ms. Michelle Rutiaga, I don't know, there she is. Ms. Michelle Rutiaga, she was nominated by Haley, and I put Haley C, but I had 2 Haleys. Castañeda, and by Fidel Rangel. We have Mr. Mark Montelongo. He was able to meet. And Mark was nominated by Paul Sosa. Okay, so that goes for our staff. So thank you, teachers, for playing or making a positive impact on our kids. Okay, for our students, and this is in no order, we have Angel Alfaro. I'm not sure if he was able to be here. Angel Alfaro is in 8th grade, and he was nominated for football, basketball, and track. Malik Ramos, come up, sir. For the students, it says that they earned a certificate for demonstrating the type of character and integrity that inspires others during the 2018-19 school year. And it says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. And that's in 1 Timothy.
Amen.
We have Miss Jennifer Rios. I didn't see her this morning. And she is in 7th grade band. Ruben Rodriguez. Basketball and track. And that says a lot from all the 7th graders. He was the one. Good job, Ruben. We have Ms. Hadassah Campbell. She is unable to make it today. She was nominated by her 7th grade volleyball and basketball coach. We have Ms. Alexis Moreno. And she was nominated by her 6th grade softball coach. We have Mr. Noah. He sent a message this morning. He was unable to make it. 6th grade karate. Ms. Leslie Rodriguez. Leslie was nominated by her 6th grade softball coach. Lalo Reyes. Lalo was nominated by his 8th grade dance instructor. Ms. Karime Garcia, she was nominated by her 5th grade chess team. I didn't see her sign in this morning. Alexis Farias, 8th grade volleyball and basketball. I think they called it, they couldn't come in. They reserved and they're like, we can't make it after all. I was like, it's okay, you don't know how to drive, it's not up to you. Sinaí Sony Mercado, that was for 6th grade boxing. Miss Emily Molina, oh, she is here. Sinaí, 6th grade boxing. Be careful with it. Good job, Sinaí. Oh no, you called it, you were able to. I was like, yeah, now I remember. Okay, Emily Molina. Miss Emily was nominated for 6th grade basketball coach. Leonardo Trejo, I didn't see him sign in either. 6th grade football. Miss Abigail Atkinson, she was nominated by her softball coach. Miss Sarah Arredondo, I did not see her this morning, but we're still going to recognize her, and she was nominated from her cheer team. Miss Clarissa Nunez, and she was nominated from your sanitary football, basketball, and track coach. Good job, Clarissa. Good job, Clarissa. Okay, that ends our certificates. And so one more time, I want us to clap for our students. And students aren't either, but you know what? They have something in them. And whether they win or lose or pass or fail, is knowing that God is still alive and that Jesus loves us and He's going to help us through it. And our kids need us. There's so many activities that our kids are in, but if they don't have some kind of foundation in them, they're going to fall apart, and we do fall apart when the hard times come. And right now, it could be like, well, we're still with mom and dad, it's good. But what happens when they go to college and you're not next to them? They need that foundation, and they need our coaches and our principals and our students. And I want to thank you all for your support. Parents, next year, it's just going to grow. You know, we're going to grow because we want to support our students. Mr. Roet, thank you again, sir. And thank you, Ms. Valerie. Ms. Valerie did want to say something before we close.
I just wanted to say thank you to the First Baptist Church. We really, really appreciate all your help and everything that you do. Nellie really doesn't give herself credit. She never does. She always tries to be like, no, not me, whatever, all the time. But this lady needs a huge round of applause.
Okay, now for the foundation, the meat and bread that we need in our lives, Pastor Danny Anderson.